rainy, gloomy day here in western New York, but we've all decided to take a ride down to historic wine country in Chautauqua County and visit Johnson's Winery, one of the oldest in New York State.
You guys aren't big on the wine.
That's okay. Walk you through the tasting this morning.
Okay, awesome.
So, Matt, I failed to share with you that this group was coming this morning.
To do something, to do a charter or a fishing charter, or you come here to do things and either your wives don't want to fish,
That's right.
or you want to experience the rest of what is around in the area.
Absolutely.
So that's why today we're taking the day to film some wineries. So
Okay, great.
a segment.
Well, I'm a big advocate for shop local,
Yes.
making sure we educate people here about what Chautauqua has to offer.
Yep.
I recently told the new general manager at the Athenaeum Hotel, Leland Lewis. I said, Leland, if you have guests at the hotel in July and they have not figured out that Chautauqua blueberries are something not to miss, we failed to do our job to make sure they know about things that are local and good.
Yep.
And I think the wineries are part of it.
Yep. I think it's definitely
60 by my father-in-law, his picture's up there on top of the cabinets there. His father, so my husband's grandfather, bought this farm in about 1910.
Okay.
And it was then an apple, cherry, peach, pear fruit farm. And then when the grandfather died in 1960, Mr. Johnson, who had been working abroad in the agricultural industry, came home and said, wait, I know this is the Concord Grape Belt, but we can grow world-class French hybrid or wine grapes here and make wine. And that's the genesis of this winery. And he was the pioneer to say, hey, wait, it doesn't have to be Concord grapes. It can be Germanic style French hybrid grapes to make wine. So that sort of makes us one of the founding wineries of this region. And we now grow 13 varieties of grapes.
It's a beautiful building.
Yeah, so, and we've tried to recognize that we have a heritage here that's worthy of protection. So when we decided to renovate the building, we said, wait, let's keep the 1920 agricultural characteristics, let's find some antique hardware, let's give credit to the fact that these columns you see here in the building, they were put there in 1920, but they came from an 1830s barn that was on the property area. So these barrels we do use for aging wine.
Oh, hold on, sir.
In addition to the barrels, our winemaker uses wood chips that come in net bags, sort of the way you and all of us might use herb bags or something.
Okay.
That permits him to choose which kind of oak he wants to use, and he knows how long he'd like to keep them in the tanks. So this is complemented by that. And these tanks, for the most part, are climate controlled with glycol, and most of these tanks come from Bulgaria because we realized that it was cheaper than buying from Pittsburgh. I told you about 3 generations, and you sort of see that in the tanks as well. These date back to the 60s. And obviously they're used for our big warehouse we built in 2010.
That's what I'm talking about.
You could just walk us in here.
So I have one word of advice. If you want to walk out with a box of wine, make sure that it's right side up, like this, because that means it's full. If it's upside down and you walk out with it, you just walked out with 12 empty bottles.
Good to know.
Yeah. So if you were to look at the Route 20 side of the house, you could tell right away that it's 1822, which imagine is the same age as Monticello. So William Peacock built this house. He was the land surveyor in the early 1800s, and we like to say that he bought the best property for himself.